Story of the week, much of the East Coast preparing for the potential of a pretty significant nor'easter tomorrow.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lawson's in. Jeff, you were teasing a map earlier. What's the latest here?
Yeah, well, there's no doubt the farther west you go, the lower the amounts are going to be. The farther north and east you go, the heavier they're going to be. And I'm not just talking in our viewing area. You get up onto the eastern shore, there'll be more. You go northeast of there up toward the New Jersey location, New York City or Long Island, you're going to get a lot more as well. So right now, taking a look, there's nothing at all to track on radar. Sky view is nice and clear, literally not a cloud in the sky. Any of the cameras I've been looking at. Talked about it earlier, but it is cold. 36 feels like 31 out there. Northerly winds right now 6 miles per hour, and the dew point pretty low as well. So tonight, probably 30 or so officially right along the water, but most of us will be about 27. Maybe mid-20s once you get a little bit more inland. You can see those temperatures don't drop a ton as we go through the evening. Fairly slow but steady progression. Meanwhile, current temperatures, we have a couple of spots that hit 40, and that's it's cold, but it's definitely a lot milder than yesterday. 43 right now in Wakefield, but still 37 Hampton, 38 down in Moyock. These numbers aren't up a lot, but they're up 3, 4, 5, 6 degrees or so across much of the area. So round two's arriving Friday night. I say precipitation because it'll start as rain in southern areas. It'll move in from the northwest as snow on the sort of backside of the system. They'll meet up, and it's going to end up Saturday, we think for now, with about 5 to 9 for the eastern shore, 2 to 6 for Hampton Roads. I'll break that down for you in just a second. Minor to maybe moderate tidal flooding. Even though the winds will be gusting up near 50, it's going to not last terribly long. So here's the short range. Again, cold out there, mainly clear this evening. A few clouds late tonight into tomorrow. We start off 20s to near 30. Not terribly cold tomorrow afternoon, up into the 40s. Here comes some of the rain from the south, the snow from the north and the west. This might even be a little bit early, but sometime 9 o'clock through about 1 o'clock in the morning, we're going to be talking about a changeover. The changeover continues. I looked at all sorts of different models. This is the only one so far I found that I like in terms of the overall timing, where it shows the snow. So this is our in-house model, and it's going to match relatively closely what I'm looking at in terms of total accumulation. I am going a little bit more near the coast, but it gives you the general idea of a decent snow. But the farther west you go, a pretty sharp cutoff and a very rapid increase the more north and east you go. So here's my forecast, 5 to 9 for Chincoteague, well, any area on the eastern shore, really. Much of our immediate area, 3 to 6, and then 2 to 3 west of that for a fairly confined space, and then about 1 to 2 inches. The distance between western Surrey and Williamsburg, or just east of Williamsburg, is 30 miles. So imagine, we're trying to predict a storm that hasn't even formed 36 hours in the future. If this is 30 miles closer to the coast, literally everything will be moved over 30 miles and we would get the 5 to 9. Move it 30 miles to the east, we end up, if we're lucky, with 2 to 3 and maybe more like 1 to 2. So there's a very sharp gradient. Right now, the thinking is generally around 3 to 6 for much of the area. So satellite and radar, again, it's not even out there. Some of the upper level energy is off to the north and west. Some of the showers are developing down to the south, but there's not even a low pressure system yet. And it's going to rapidly develop tomorrow and tomorrow night into Saturday. It's going to what we call bomb out, bombogenesis, right along the areas of the northeast. So tonight, 27, a little colder inland, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, 45, showers possible late, especially to the south. And then tomorrow night, any mix changes over to snow, and then the snow pulls out of the area on Saturday. High temperature barely above freezing, a little bit less cold on Sunday, and then boy, if you like the springtime conditions, we're heading toward them by Thursday with some rain, but a temperature up near 60.